Do you feel like your purpose in life has become clearer since you have started your plant medicine, just overall experience?
Yes. Yep.
What do you feel like you were put on this earth to do?
To teach.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always been a teacher, and even it's been planted to me through my life. Like in high school, I was a leader. I was in all the clubs, and I was a leader in those clubs. Through college, I grew up in martial arts, and my people in my martial arts class were like, "Hey, you should teach." One of the guys was a professor at the university. He goes, "Have you thought about teaching? You should teach. You'd be a great teacher." And just it's been, again, like little snippets of it, and it feel like I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to help and to serve. So plant medicine has shown me what I feel like is the highest level of service, in that level of helping human beings see each other as who we are, and clearing all that bullshit, clearing out all the trauma, doing the work, and then seeing what's on the other side of it, which is life, which is community, which is relationships, which is possibility and opportunity. Man, when you can get in that space, and if I can help facilitate that space and help facilitate someone living a life, that's why I'm here. I'm here to serve however I can.
And don't you think that you would be nowhere near the effective teacher that you are and that you're becoming if you hadn't had to go through some of these things? Because like Einstein says, experience is knowledge. Everything else is just information. I can go on YouTube and I can watch all this shit, all these videos about climbing mountains, but if I never climb one, it doesn't resonate. But because you had to go through things, you lost your father, you had that deep void. Now when you see that in someone else, they might not even ever really have to vocalize it or verbalize it to you. Kind of probably pick right up on that sometimes.
Well, I'm working with some young men right now. One young man just turned 18, another one just turned 21, and their mothers hired me to help them do some physical training. But through that physical training and physical purge, we get to talk about things, and that's where it's at, man. Because if I had not lost my father and gone through all those things, I can relate to both of them in a way that no other man, well, I'm sure a lot of men could, but I am now that person that can relate to him, that can be a strong male figure, that can also be compassionate, that can also be the teacher, that can look at that young man across from me and say, "Hey, buddy, I feel you. Let me tell you about my experience with that. It's not yours, but let me share with you mine." And you can see the wall start to break down. And he's like, "Oh man, it's okay." You know, I can relate to them in a different way, in a way that a counselor can't.
Yeah.
And also,
come sit on my couch.
Yeah, and
F
I'm going
you.
to look at you stoically and just ask questions. No,
and
man.
write notes about you.
I'm going to look at you. I'm going to put my hand on your chest. I'm going to fucking hold you and hug you and let you know that you're seen.
Yeah.
That's like, man, I love it. Like I was talking to one of those young men yesterday, because he has some social anxiety issues as well. He was afraid to talk up and speak up in class and other people. And we were working out, and I was reminding him through that workout how hard that thing was that he was doing, how good he is at hard things. I'm like, man, you realize that most human beings, most adults are too afraid to do what you're doing right now. So don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to open your mouth. And it just comes out, you know, and it comes out to serve. Like, it's not me, it's not pride, it's not ego. It's like, and I get through with that. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. Thank you for that gift.